What up, Bulls Nation? We've got a live CHGO Bulls podcast coming up right now. On today's show, the NBA free agency window of 2026 opens right now. Will Bryson Graham make a move? Will he sign somebody? Will he make a trade, taking on contracts for picks? Hang out with us while we react to anything that happens in the next hour plus. Next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into the CHGO Bulls podcast. Coming to you live from our Xfinity Loft here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck, joined by Big Dave, BAWL Sports. Will the Goat Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb, perfectly coiffed. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard. Promo code GOAT, GOAT at sign up to get that first year diehard price so you can read all of his great stuff that is, of course, for diehards only. Rocking with us on free agency day uno, the one and only king of controls, Joyce.
Merry Goatmas, everyone. To all that celebrate and observe. Let's have a great time.
Hope y'all out there in Bulls Nation are having a great Tuesday so far. See a lot of people in the chat already talking about a little bit of breaking news that we did just get moments ago that first came from Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, and then the Bulls confirming it from their own Twitter account just moments ago. Roster update, we have waived guard Kam Jones. So that is the first piece of news we get in the free agency window. Kam Jones, of course, was a part of that draft night trade the Bulls made, sending that 38th overall pick in the second round to Indiana, along with a couple of second-round pick swaps. And that's right, some catch considerations. But so people were wondering, is Kam Jones a part of that trade because Bryson Graham and the Bulls want to keep Kam Jones, want to take a flyer on a young player who had kind of a rocky rookie year as the 38th overall pick in last year's draft? Turns out, as Bryson spoke and answered the question about Kam Jones the other night, he didn't confirm that was part of their plan was to keep him, but spoke instead about roster flexibility. We just got our answer. Yeah. Because they did not sign a player with that 38th pick, and because they just now waived Kam Jones, Bryson did open up an additional roster spot that could give them some flexibility were he to try to make some deals today or in the near future that could put the Bulls, on a better path forward and perhaps bring back some assets on taking on contracts.
An extra roster spot and also an additional about 1.6 million or so, 1.7 million. 1.4 million for this year. I'm looking at next year's 1.1 million. So a little extra wiggle room, a little extra breathing room. Not really much to write home about, except for the fact that will be on their books as a dead cap hit, which is something that cannot be transferred to another team via trade. Cannot be, I suppose they could stretch it, but that wouldn't really make any sense. It's a $1 million hit. Right. The new salary cap numbers just came in, and it's like a $165 million cap. So $1 million of that, not really sweating it too much, but you bring up the point of that being a part of the trade. And it's a good thing we talked to Tony East yesterday to get that conversation out of the way, because Kam Jones no longer with the team. But it does reinforce the idea that they were really doing the Pacers a big favor by not only taking him off their books, but saving them the trouble as a team that's really up against the cap of having to have that dead cap hit on their own books. So they get the 38th pick. They get a player that they didn't want off their books, and they pay 2 swaps for the price of doing so. Does that really change the evaluation of the trade? Maybe a little bit, but I think mostly just in the fact that confirms what we kind of already assumed, which was that Kam Jones was not really a big piece of it. It was really more about the swaps. So we'll see if those swaps turn into anything. I think we've gone over that enough. I don't think it was great value, but there is a possibility that, especially, I think one of them is like the better of the Knicks and some other teams, something like that, could turn into something with lottery reform. And I think swaps in general could be a theme moving forward, which are way more valuable, I think, than they have been in the past. So I still think that's a good thing to be going after, but from now on, I think they should probably be looking for first-round pick swaps instead of second-round pick swaps.
I would prefer that as well.
Yes, you would.
So, Bulls fans maybe have certain wish lists today. Brand Sense in the chat just said Tari Eason, Quentin Grimes, Keon Ellis would be a good day, IMO. I still think, and there was another update on the whole Norman Powell thing from the latest from Stein and Fisher. We can get to that in a second. I still think that Bulls fans who are coming into today hoping for a couple of middle of the pack veteran free agent signings to add to this roster, round out this roster, are maybe a little bit confused as to what the plan is, or at least what I think the plan should be for their remaining cap space.
Which is?
Garner assets for the future.
Yes.
I know, Dave, you said on our show yesterday, you're not opposed to the idea of Norman Powell.
No.
Because he's a vet.
Yeah.
Who can space the floor, but also just be that kind of player for this team. He's also, he's coming off his first All-Star selection. He's 33 years old. He was a pretty high usage player for his team last season. Kind of makes me wonder if that fits with what I think that this season should be about, which, yes, ideally you need a good vet or two to not only be a leader on the floor, but in the locker room. I want Modis and Noah and Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain playing tons of minutes and doing their best to be competitive in the NBA this coming season. It's probably going to be a lot of rocky nights, but big spending on veteran free agents just does not compute in my Bulls fan brain right now.
I understand that. Makes all the sense in the world. But they got to spend the money on someone. Somebody's got to get a check. And that's the other reason for everything you just stated is the other reason I wanted Norman Powell, because he's older, because he's such a high usage player, because he's, in my opinion, on the other end of his career, means that I don't think he's going to be the guy that's going to be dominating the basketball. And again, Tiago Splitter, it's his job, to make sure that doesn't occur and that Modis and all these other guys get the ball. Hell, we just watched Josh Giddey be an incredibly ball-dominant person, always had the ball in his hands. Did we not see Modis grow? We absolutely did. So I don't see anything different or changing with that just because you got Norman Powell on the team. If this was a younger Norman Powell, then yeah, I would be like, no, I don't want him because he's going to want the ball, and rightfully so, and go for his all-star and all that stuff. For me, he's on the other side of his career. He's just a guy that can help you get a couple of wins and, space the floor, and having a vet on the team, but also can score for you. But, no, I don't think he would hinder that progress from those other guys. I think they clearly understand and have a plan for those young players like Modis and for Caleb and for Dalen. So it's not like if I go get Norman Powell, it changes their plan at all. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that they already know what they want to do with those guys, and I can't wait to watch them do it, to be real with you.
Yeah, we'll see. I think there's a lot of people that are just kind of in that boat, which is like wait and see what Bryson does, and then we'll evaluate it from there. I've been more kind of like, let's see what all the moves are, and we can talk about them, and then we can also take a step back and look at the big picture once that's been fully painted. And even this offseason, I don't think is going to be – like this is just going to be phase one. I think you called it, Matt, before we were recording today. Like this is not the finished product. I think even when Arturas came in, like they did the Vooch trade at that deadline, but then it really wasn't until the following year that you could say like the team was completed, and that was like the team that they really hung on to for a long time. Part of that was because of the just like how capped out they were, and they went above the cap. They did all these things, and they traded future picks, and they were just kind of like locked into that. I think, from the various interviews that Bryson has done on radio stations, I don't think he wants to be in that situation where you are kind of up against it in terms of the cap. I think he wants to remain flexible and give himself some options while he kind of figures out which of these young players is worth building around. How good is Caleb Wilson going to be? Is Dalen Swain going to be a player? So I think that's fine. And I also think you need to put the right players around them to get the most out of them. And that's where a player like a Norman Powell, I've seen a lot of Max Strus talk today, somebody like that could come in. For me, I'm just not prioritizing that as something that I would rather do than absorb contracts. And if that's going to get in the way of absorbing contracts, I'm not interested. If they try to do that and they strike out, then for sure they can talk about that. I would just say, like, for me, the goal with all of this in terms of adding veterans is to like help the young players get better. And if you can like avoid being in the bottom three, that's fine. But I'm not like making big moves or making any moves with the motive being let's avoid being bottom three. I think what the goal should be is to put yourself in a position to compete for a championship one day. I think those are different things. Don't avoid being bad, try to be good. And so if you can do that with Norman Powell, by all means, I think that could totally help those guys. I would also caution and say, if you're thinking about signing him to a deal that you can maybe flip him, we just played this game with Kobe White and Adesumu, where they were expiring contracts. They're good, smaller guards that are, score first. They got second-round picks. So I don't necessarily think that he's going to necessarily turn into a first-round pick. If you do sign him, we saw the Clippers basically dump him after he had his best season, and now we've seen the Heat seem like they're not really that interested in keeping him. All that said, like, they have another free roster spot. They've got $32 million in cap space. Mm-hmm. If they want to use some of that on Norman Powell, that's fine. But again, I'm not letting that get in the way of bigger fish when I'm talking about like taking on bigger contracts. The other thing that I saw a lot today in terms of pushback to, I tweeted it that like my big list of free agents, and the list was no one.
Nobody.
Don't worry about free
tweet.
agents.
It was hilarious.
Worry about signing
on brand.
Signing guys that can get you first round draft capital.
Yeah.
I think the other thing with that is a team like the Cavs. Max Strus has been in the news a little bit today because they're trying to clear out space so that they can sign LeBron James.
Yeah.
If what's in between the Cavs getting LeBron James is attaching a first-round pick to Dennis Schroeder and Max Strus so that they can clear out space, I don't think that's going to stop them from trading a first-round pick. And the Bulls could be like, yeah, we'll absolutely take that $30 million off your books. And guess what? Max Strus and Dennis Schroeder will help make these young guys better. So I think you can kill two birds with one stone in that sense. And that is why I would much rather prioritize that than going after big money on Norman Powell or John Collins or whatever veterans people have been talking about with them with. So again, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying like, let's look in other places first.
Also to your point, well, one, there's, more than one way to build a championship or get towards one. We all understand that.
For sure.
The other part about taking on the contract, they have already stated more so to them what matters more, and that's the character. So I'm not saying I'm against taking on the contract. I'm saying they're looking at the person more so, along with that contract. So they aren't just taking on a contract and saying, hey, bring us your ass player, and say, oh, man, well, he doesn't fit with us, but it doesn't matter. They're not looking at it in that kind of way. They want, like you said, somebody that can fit them and still help this team, and the young guys that are there, which you just stated about, Schroeder and Strus like that. So I know you're just looking at those kind of contracts and things, but they're looking at those people. You know what I mean? And that matters to them, also as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of it. And you don't want to bring, like, bad guys into the locker room.
Yeah.
I will say, like, for me, the priority in that regard is more about the long-term pieces. And I don't think that Norman Powell, if they sign him, or Nick Claxton, or Max Strus even, would necessarily be long-term pieces. So you don't want to, like, spoil the locker room or, like, put any bad apples in there. Not saying that those guys are. I'm just saying, like, theoretically, you were right to be concerned about that. But I think for me, and yeah, it's probably easier for me to sit here and say this as opposed to the person who's actually putting the team together because they're responsible for the locker room.
Yeah.
I just think that would be by far the bigger priority for me.
The money, yes.
Shout out to Michael in the chat who's asking for Jock Landale, another name that came up on our show yesterday. In case you missed it, that was one of the other dominoes that fell earlier today. He signed and he got like $10 million and change. Good for him on a 1 year deal.
14 million.
To 14?
1 year
To
for
today. To be with the Atlanta Hawks. So there's that one. And look, I see a lot of people on my Twitter feed right now that I keep refreshing, like, yo, we're 10 plus minutes in and zero Shams tweets. Like, what's going on? Shout out to Keith Smith, who I think it was this morning, tweeted the list of free agents who had already agreed to terms on a new contract before today's 5 p.m. Central Time window opened. And in case you missed it, I'll just rattle through it quickly. Alvarado, Barnes, Bryant, Champagnie, DeSumo, Gillespie, Goodwin, Harper Jr., Hardenstein, Horford, Herter, Johnson, McCollum, Porzingis, Nurkic, Reeves, Shamet, Sharp, White, Williams, and Young. And then there were more names added to that since Keith Smith tweeted that earlier today. All of those potentially about to be free agents agreed to terms on new deals before the free agency window opened. And a lot of that also was, and I saw Bobby Marks of ESPN pointing this out on Twitter earlier today, specifically the center position. Yeah. That market has dried up quickly.
Ooh,
so whether you were big fan of, okay with, or not a big fan of the Claxton deal that, Bryson made, a week ago, it does maybe, grease the wheels a little bit to be like, okay, well, you got yourself a serviceable big man, and that market went real fast.
Yes. Shout out to Wemby is the reason why that market is drying up like it is, and also why Walker Kessler, Texas Ranger, is out here demanding what he's demanding. He understands what the market is right now for him. So, you got to have yourself a center on your team if you're thinking about doing anything in this NBA right now, and it starts with Wemby and it ends with Wemby.
With that, let's knock out our first ad break real quick. We'll come back on the other side, talk about any Shams bombs we get in the next 120 seconds while you're listening to these words from our friends and sponsors and any other free agency talk. Let us know what you're talking about in that chat. Hit the like button. It's free. BRB.
It's hot. It's hot out there. Good for baseball. Bad for people like me who sweat all the time. Shout out to the lovely air conditioner right here. But when I go to my house, there's a more lovely air conditioner going on, ladies and gentlemen, and I got it from the fine people at Four Seasons. Oh, that heat, man. Don't wait for that breakdown. I'm telling you. Call Four Seasons today. Schedule a complete AC tune-up for just $89.95. Air conditioner stops working, clogged drain, extra electrical outlet needed to be installed. Four Seasons got you covered. Their expert technicians are available 24/7 for emergency service and with no additional charges for nights, weekends, or holidays.
Celebrate.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are the absolute best. It is Four Seasons, man. Save money, stay cool, and get other stuff fixed. Four Seasons, that's how they roll. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Sunnyside Dispensary, who are here to elevate your baseball and your summer season. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free shopping. They've got a crazy selection with over 100 different strains to choose from. That's right, I said 100.
100.
Plus, new strains being added to their menus on a daily basis. They offer easy online ordering and in-store pickup, and wherever you are in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location for you. Don't miss out on their Stash Pass Summer, live now through Labor Day. It's Sunnyside's reward program that lets you earn rewards simply by visiting and making quality purchases of your favorite products. Every visit earns you a stamp, bringing you closer to your next reward. After every 4 visits, you'll unlock a reward on that 5th trip in advance for the next year, with bigger rewards available as you progress throughout the summer. Head to their website for only the best under the sun, including getting 50% off your first 3 online purchases for new customers. Just use promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Sunnyside Dispensary, only the best under the sun, only for 21 and older in Illinois. Make card holders. CHGO Bulls rolling along Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for being here with us on our free agency live special. As Joey just let y'all know in the chat, our viewers to likes ratio right now could use a little work. Shout out to all near 800 of y'all watching with us live right now. Appreciate you being here. The like button's free.
Yeah, guys, it's free. Shout out, thank you all for being here. Close to 800 in here. 92 likes, guys. 800 of y'all viewing. It's free. Just click the like button for us.
If you like what Bryson Graham has done so far, hit the like button.
Yes.
If you don't like what Bryson Graham has done so far,
hit the like button.
Hit that like
If
button.
you want LeBron on the Bulls, hit the like button.
If you don't want LeBron on the Bulls, hit the like button.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, we can talk Bron. Before we get to Bron, let's actually touch on the latest reporting that is Bulls related. That came this morning from Mark Stein, our guy, and Jake Fisher via their co-write-up on the Steinline Substack. Few different names here, a few different items. Chicago has loomed as a strong potential landing spot for Powell ever since Detroit made its trade last week with OKC to get Isaiah Joe. Powell would be expected to sign a short-term balloon-style deal if he joins the Bulls. Sources also say Chicago is giving consideration to bringing back scoring guard Anfernee Simons, who's expected to also draw external interest from Golden State and Boston. And thirdly, the Bulls are likewise expected to show interest in Jonathan Kuminga after Atlanta proved unable to find a workable Kuminga trade on Monday, opting out of that team option for Kuminga. Kuminga's name obviously one that's come up in the past when it's when we've talked about Bulls trades, players. That Kuminga update, I am putting in the category of agents doing work. Yeah. I don't believe the Bulls are interested in Jonathan Kuminga. I don't want to believe the Bulls are interested in Jonathan Kuminga. I'll start there.
Agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. What's weird is every name you just mentioned, I still was like, I'd take Norman Powell. Like, that's all I was sitting here thinking. Like, yeah, I'll take him. He'll be the one I take. I'm non-committal to him. He's an older player. You know, he's going to score some points for us, and he's the veteran. He's the type of veteran I would like, you know, for this team right here. I wouldn't like a veteran like a Kuminga. Nothing against him, no disrespect. But he's not the kind of veteran I would want for this young team right now. For what Bryson Graham is saying he wants to build and the kind of character he wants to have on this team, it just all feels like it's a Norman Powell kind of thing and not a Jonathan Kuminga or even an Anfernee Simons kind of veteran on this squad right now. So you want the grit, you want the toughness, you want the guy who has created something for himself in this league, and a guy who just kind of flies under the radar, kind of low key but is tough as nails. And you just want that kind of stuff around your team. And it just feels like when you talk about a Caleb Wilson, that tough as nails thing comes up. When you talk about a Swain, when you talk about even a Modest Uzelis, those guys, that's what you kind of love. And that's what they're kind of leaning into with those guys, is that kind of thing. So if I got to pick out of those three, then give me Norman Powell, dog. Like, no, you're right, man. I am not with the Kuminga thing at all. I think his agent, shout out to all the agents out there that are doing work right now.
Hard. And getting their shout outs from Shams
man.
On every subtweet of his own tweet, breaking news.
Just putting the Bulls' name in everything right about now. So I appreciate that stuff.
What team traded for Kuminga last year?
Atlanta.
And what team did Bryson Graham work for last year?
That was Atlanta.
Put
That was
your
Atlanta.
fingers up. Put your fingers up, Goat.
Just
Put
saying.
your fingers up.
Don't.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wait, what was the other side of that trade, though? I can't remember.
Porzingis.
Oh, Porzingis?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, there's just like the dude got waived. Like they had a team option for $24 million. They said no thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not like lining up to pay him. If it's like a really team friendly deal and you feel like you can rehab him, but again, we're talking about a team with Modest Buzelis, Caleb Wilson, Noah Asenge, Leonard Miller, Dalen Swain in the forward room, and now you're going to add Kuminga to the mix. Same thing with John Collins. I just don't really see how that benefits them in any capacity. It's not helping them necessarily win more games now, and it's not helping the young guys develop because they're playing over them. So I don't really see that as a good fit. I guess it wouldn't really surprise me. Like, they do need to spend their money somehow, but that's just not where I would go. And I'd prefer Norman Powell for sure.
Yeah.
What about the Simons little tidbit in that Stein reporting? Obviously the Bulls do need some shooting.
We got our first
do we have a Shams bomb?
Oh, we got one.
Usman Jang, 3 years, $17.5 million to return to the Bucks.
Former Bulls legend.
Usman Jang. We couldn't keep him because we needed Nick Richards instead.
The legend.
Or wait, no, was that it? Or was it Yabusele?
No, it's Nick
I
Richards.
thought it was the legend.
it was-
I'm about to
yeah,
say
it was
it was
Richards,
the legend
yeah.
of Nick
Oh,
Richards.
oh yeah, Yabusele was the Dalen Terry trade.
Oh yes.
So much epic stuff that happened in early February for the Chicago Bulls. Oh
So
my
much
God.
epic things. Oh my goodness. man.
All right. Well, shout out to Usman Jang for getting himself a nice little paycheck there.
Congratulations.
But so the Simons thing. Look, he's a bucket. And then, came in, was it the wrist injury?
Yes.
And then he was added to the list of players who arrived via trade that were injured, that theoretically the Bulls should have known were injured.
Yes.
And then he played a few games, got some buckets, and then sat out the rest of the season.
Give me your tire.
I will say,
wrist.
in the Bulls' defense, I think they traded for Sexton and Simons, trying to flip those guys.
Yes.
Realized very quickly that they were not going to be able to do that, especially with the amount of time left before the deadline. And then they kind of got stuck with them. They let him play for a little bit, and then they realized, like, we got to be going the other direction here. So they, like, he was playing with the wrist all year. I think they shut him down.
So if that were the case, I think that's very possible that they were trying to flip those guys a second time after they made the trades to bring them here before the deadline passed and just couldn't find the right deals to get it done. To believe that and then now hear that they're considering bringing Simons back just because they need somebody who can get buckets on this team and ideally somebody who's a confident floor spacer. Yeah, like the thing I don't love about Simons as a player is defensively he's doo-doo.
Yes.
But I could also say for this upcoming 26-27 Bulls season with a lot of young guys on it and even the young guys whose defensive upside as mature NBA players you're excited about right now, as NBA rookies or NBA young guys defensively, I think are going to be doo-doo. So Simons can blend right in to a young team that, gets up and down the floor, plays fast, lob threats everywhere for Josh if they keep Josh, and be defensively doo-doo. Like, he fits that puzzle to me. Like, I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't be doing cartwheels about it, but I'd be fine with it. But again, it all comes down to usage of roster spots.
Yeah.
Is there a better way to make use of one of your open roster spots than bringing Anfernee Simons back?
Just real quick, Bones Highland was a name I had seen some Bulls fans glom onto. He is going back to the Timberwolves. So,
all right.
And it looks like typically when you see the tweet and it doesn't tell you how many years or dollars, that's like a minimum. So this is from John Krasinski from The Athletic. Bones Highland has agreed to return to the Minnesota Timberwolves next season. Probably a 1-year minimum. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, we just got another quick Shams Bob.
What up, boy?
Free agent corpse of DeAndre Jordan has agreed to a deal to return to the Pelicans for his 19th NBA season.
Come on, DeAndre. 19 years of checks. 19 years of checks, man.
I mean, dude,
congratulations.
R.I.P. Lob City.
And
it was epic stuff.
More of the Wemby effect. He is going to get this man to 20-plus years in the league, dog, just because of Wemby. Do you remember when they were just signing any center in the world because Shaq was there?
Yeah.
And they was just giving dudes contracts just because they were tall?
Yep.
This is what this is right now, man. Congratulations. Shout out to all y'all for getting it. Man, I was laughing because you kept saying doo-doo, and when you said blend in, and I thought blend in and doo-doo together. Like, I was just like, this is hilarious right now.
It's defensive doo-doo in a blender.
I don't want any part of Simons. I've sat here and talked about how much I just want new.
Yeah.
And everything I wanted. That went for the players as well.
Yeah.
That didn't just go for the front office. That went, or coaches. That went for the players as well. I don't want any residue left over from what we had to witness from the previous season. So no, I don't want any part of Simons here, man. Like I just don't. I need new. I need new stuff here for the Chicago Bulls. And if I can avoid that, then I am going to avoid that in some kind of capacity.
Yeah.
What about, does that apply to like some of the other players on the roster though?
Like holdovers who are under contract?
Like Patrick Williams? Yeah, he can go.
No, I'm talking about like the people that you haven't been as vocal about not wanting to see back. Like I'm talking about like Trey and Okoro and Sticks.
Oh,
and then
Trey.
Even beyond that, like Dillingham and Leonard Miller. I assume you want to keep like the young players around, but like outside of the core guys, does that apply?
Yeah, I'm on record saying everybody can go.
Everybody can go.
So, and I'm not off of that. You know, they all can go. I'm all right. And I love Trey. I really like Trey Jones. He's awesome. If he stays, I'm not going to be mad if Trey Jones ends up being the guy who stays. Great. You know, I know what you can get from Trey Jones. He's great. If Jalen stays, I'm not going to be mad. If Giddey stays, I'm not going to be mad. Those guys aren't going to, piss me off. There's only one that's going to, I have to live with being on this squad. But if they get traded, fine. Like, cool. You can get up out of here. It's all right. I am cool with shiny and new. I am cool with starting over, man. Like, I'm cool with if we're going to be a bad team, then we're just going to be a bad team. But I just don't want any residuals of what we had to witness creeping and seeping in to this new stuff that we got going on. I just don't want any of it. But Trey Jones, yes, Trey Jones is completely fine with me. Even Okoro. I'm sorry, Julia. Hey, Julia.
Hey, Julia.
I know she's not a fan of Isaac Okoro, but if they say Okoro has to stay because they can't find anybody else and somebody needs to play two guard for the Chicago Bulls, all right, fine. Isaac Okoro, I know it'll only be for a year. You know what I mean? And then it's a wrap, or maybe a half a year, and they might end up with a trade of Okoro. It's not like he completely stinks, but he's not long for the Chicago Bulls. But yeah, everybody can get it. All of them can go, man. I'm here for the new. That's all I'm here for.
I think the urgency for me is that these guys are expiring, with the exception of Trey Jones, who has a team option on next year's deal. Mm-hmm. You got to turn these guys into something.
Okoro's going to be expiring.
Yep. Okoro's expiring.
Jalen Smith is going to be expiring. Yep. Yeah.
And then Trey Jones has a team option. He has $8 million this year and a team option for the same amount next year. Good contracts, good players on good contracts. If you can get something for them, they should. And I think that's where like you can start to make up some of the difference in like first round draft capital of you're giving someone back who can play, maybe throw some seconds to try to like even the score a little bit. But like to me that, and I know people are like, oh, Will's going to be disappointed. It's like, well, you still got to try to do it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. And if you, especially with the guys that you're going to luse for nothing otherwise, that's where I think you start.
Jason Wolf in the chat saying, we can't swap out 10 players, LOL. I mean, yeah, you can. You pointed out on our show yesterday, like in his first year on the job, AK flipped basically the entire roster save for Zach and Kobe.
Yeah.
And then they were both eventually gone too. They were around a little bit longer, but he flipped the entire roster in a year.
Yeah.
Bryson Graham could do the same thing if he wants to.
Yeah.
Saying give Colin Sexton for assets. You'd need a sign-in trade for that to happen. And I don't know how you're getting assets in a Colin Sexton sign-in trade. The Bulls do have his bird rights as well as Anfernee Simons.
It would be like you're taking back some really bad money and you're doing the Heat a favor, right?
Right.
Like, are you taking back Nikola Jovic's money and you're sending them Sexton or Simons for less than what he's making and they're giving you? That's what that would look like.
Meanwhile, Dunstan Madaniel asking, can Tiago Splitter unlock P. Will? No.
Unlock him, do what?
He can unlock the car door and shove P. Will out and say, here's the bus station.
Give him the credit card
Which,
and then
you
he
know.
just unlocks the door with the credit card.
That's right.
what we're trying to do.
You know what I mean? No, man. I saw Joe Cowley saying that today, like he's been looking solid and looking good. And I was like, that is classic Joe Cowley.
That is such
That
Cowley
was so
bait right
Cowley
there.
stuff, right? But at the same time, I said, my friends were sitting, I was like, no, good. I hope he does play well so I can get his ass out of here during the season, make him easier to trade.
Yeah.
Because he's playing well,
yeah.
right?
Those orange cones, great
Oh,
defenders.
I think
Orange Cone 3.
that was a little,
Just saying,
a
man.
little Joe tongue-in-cheek.
Just saying, man.
Kind of needling some of those Bulls fans who every summer see Pat like in the gym.
In the gym.
Pat's in the gym.
Best shape of his life.
Yeah, he's in the gym alone and he still dribbled the ball off his foot. How do you do that? That's amazing.
Yeah, I hope he does look good.
Just very quickly, I know we got a break soon, but we're officially over 1,000 people in the chat.
Let's go.
Hey.
Reminder, hit the like button.
Shout out to y'all, Bulls Nation. Thanks for
real.
being here with us. Hit that like button. We'll knock out a quick ad break. We'll come right back. More free agency talk after this.
Iron Man coming.
5 years. 5 years. A whole lot can go down in 5 years. Kawhi Leonard couldn't leave the Raptors and then go to L.A. for some strange, silly reason and then come right back to the Raptors where he should have stayed and been king. Oh, forever will bother me. But I'll be able to yell about it through the interwebs using Xfinity and their 5-year price guarantee. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. Complain about Kawhi leaving right here? Xfinity. Complain about Kawhi leaving right here? Xfinity. Oh, complain about Kawhi leaving at home? Xfinity, y'all. That Wi-Fi is amazing. Take it from me. I can change in 5 years. Not my feelings on this, but a whole lot can change within 5 years. But your price will not change. You will be locked in with Xfinity. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, after that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Old National Bank. Whether it's on the field or in your financial life, the best teams win by delivering excellence at every level. And at Old National Bank, they believe every play matters.
Yes.
From everyday checking to long-term planning and commercial banking, their team is here to build momentum and help you move that ball forward. Move them chains, just like Caleb Williams. It all starts with a plan tailored for you by professionals you can trust. From simple tasks to bigger financial moments, you can count on Old National Bank to coordinate your needs with steady, knowledgeable guidance that brings clarity and confidence to each and every step. It's a partnership designed to help you feel supported, not just today, but well into the future. So, whether you're celebrating a big win, rebuilding after a tough loss, rebuilding after a tough decade, shout out Bulls, or gearing up for whatever comes next, they've got your back with tools, insights, and an expert crew that's always in your corner. Old National Bank, member FDIC, where relationships and results, Big Dave, oh, they both matter. CHGO Bulls rolling along here. Free agency special on Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Peck, Big Dave, Will Gottlieb, Joey C on them controls. And we do have ourselves the freshest Woj bomb. Free agent sharpshooter Tim Hardaway Jr. has agreed to a deal with the Miami Heat.
Another minimum signing for Miami. They get Giannis in the door. They're very close to their, I don't remember if it's the second apron or first apron or whatever it is, but shooter in there, he might start.
You might start,
He's
man.
going to be playing with Bam. He's going to be playing with Giannis.
Davion Mitchell.
They've got Davion Mitchell there. Got Wiggins, who's starting at the 2.
Listen,
Maybe
all
it's
the shots
still Norman Powell,
he
but
wants.
Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Seems like they went a different direction here.
I think
All the
I saw
shots he
our guy
wants,
Steph No put Tim Hardaway Jr. on his, potential Bulls targets.
No.
But it was Steph, so he was very reasonably like, that's not happening. But
Shout out.
You know,
Just to say, like, a thing about that, though, is like if you are a veteran player like Tim Hardaway Jr., who's been in the league for, 10, 15 years?
Something like that.
He's been in the league for a long time. Like, he's either taking the minimum to go play for a contender, or you're like vastly overpaying him
Correct.
to make him not go play for a contender and win a championship.
Right.
So just think about that. And they do have money to spend, but if you're giving him or someone like him $10-12 million,
Yes.
is that going to be tradable? Are you just getting, like, what is the purpose of that? So that's
a good point.
just all I'll say on that one.
Good point, though.
Travis, what up, Travis, in the chat, saying Max Strus soon. So we touched on that briefly a second ago. We can circle back to it. Joe Cowley did say on Twitter that he has heard that there is a little bit of talk or perhaps some sort of momentum that could connect Max Strus to the Bulls. Obviously, Bulls fans who are sickos know he was once a Windy City Bull guy, had an early career ACL tear, and the Bulls were starting their post-Jimmy Butler rebuild and had bigger things to worry about than holding on to Max Strus.
This is a fact.
He goes and lands in Miami, rehabs his injury, and then ends up being a very crucial piece of a team that Jimmy Butler dragged to the finals.
Yes,
and I remember Bulls fans getting really pissed off about that. It was like, at the time, don't act like you knew that Max Strus was going to be some finals team major contributor when he was a nobody with a torn ACL when the Bulls let him go. All right.
Seriously. And then he go to Boston after that before he went to Miami?
Did he?
I feel like that was the way. That
Can't remember.
I remember him in Boston.
But so now, theoretically, he's somebody with Chicago or Chicago area ties.
Yeah.
And Joe said, Strus always wanted to be a Bull.
Always.
But it could be maybe he'd be okay with getting moved here, knowing that the Bulls aren't going to be, Giannis Miami level contenders anytime soon.
Yeah.
But that the Cavs might need to move him and perhaps an additional Cavs player to free up that space if LeBron says, I want to finish my career in Cleveland.
LeBron James.
And again, shout out to Travis. Like, to me, that is the way that Bryson Graham could get an A for this first week of free agency. If he orchestrates a trade, whether it's Max Strus or a different Cavs player coming on board and using that remaining cap space to take on those salaries and getting a draft pick type asset along with it. To me, that is the way that Bryson Graham gets an A, not by signing Norman Powell or by signing, some other Jock Landale or whoever else Bulls fans have their eyes on right now. Like, no, I want you to be stuffing that draft cupboard, man. That's where this team is right now.
Yeah, that's what they got.
100%. And it might be a long shot that they're able to do that, but I still think that has to be the priority. And if you can't do it, then fine. Go after some guys that you think could be undervalued, that you think could be turned into first-round draft picks. And maybe Norman Powell could be a guy like that. But again, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying prioritize other things first.
Yes.
And the fact of the matter is, like, we may never know whether they got close on a deal like that, but we might see another team do it. And if that happens, that's where I think you would give Graham demerits, right? It's like, okay, the Nets are the team that took on, $30 million in the form of Max Strus and Dennis Schroeder for a first-round pick. Why didn't the Bulls get in on that? That's where you can start to be, I think, a little bit more critical. Otherwise, it's just we don't know if they did that or not. But we can hope that they tried, because that was, one, what Bryson Graham has talked about doing, and two, I think the most sensible thing to do in the Bulls situation. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and you move on to the next thing. But that's just, again, what my priority would be.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's weird because I have a little more faith in him to be like, oh, he wouldn't just do that. Like, there's no way he would pass that up. And the reason it comes like that was just seeing what he's done, but also hearing him on the radio, speaking to Waddle and Sylvie, shout out to them, and talking on the score as well. And him saying and admitting, like, a couple of teams were calling me up just trying to test me out because I'm the new guy and offering me stuff that was some BS that I was like, what? Of course I'm not going to take this kind of thing. Why would they even try me like that? Just saying stuff like that just let me know, like, okay, he's not going for the okie doke. He might not do everything I'm going to agree with, but I don't think he would pass on a first-round pick to get a player like Max Strus and bring him here, knowing that all that you have available to you and knowing all that you need for the Chicago Bulls team. I'm not in that level yet that I would believe that. I'm going to have to see it first, and then I will join you all on the train.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying I believe that either. I'm just saying, like, that's what I would be doing in this situation. So, there's no, like, all I'm saying with that is that it's hard to judge something that didn't happen. Because you don't know what could have happened. Yeah. But if you see another team, that's all I'm saying.
AJ Johnson in the chat saying a trade that absorbs Moses Moody from the Warriors so they can open up that example. MLE. See, Pops, you were talking about that example before we hopped on set today, Goat, as another way that the Bulls could perhaps accrue an asset taking on a contract for a team that's
It's
trying
the same thing. Like
to get bigger and better things.
If the difference between the Warriors getting LeBron James to add to Steph Curry and Draymond Green is having to give up a first-round pick to get off of Moses Moody to open up the mid-level exception, they're going to trade a pick.
Right.
So why not be the team on the other end of that?
I mean, it's the two examples we're talking about right now that are both related to LeBron choosing that he wants to go to the Warriors or LeBron wants to go to the Cavs. It's like, which one of those teams needs to move a contractor to and can the Bulls get involved?
Yeah.
Shams did clarify, as you were talking about that Hardaway deal and its likelihood, Goat, with a subsequent tweet saying Tim Hardaway Jr. and the Heat agreed on 1 year's $6.5 million.
Yeah, so that's the taxpayer mid-level exception.
All right.
And that pretty much signifies to me that unless they make another big cost-cutting move, which they don't really have the means to do because they just traded all their picks for Giannis, I think Norman Powell is going to be on another team.
Right.
All right.
Also, non-free agency related news, but another tweet from Shams. The NBA will hold the NBA Cup championship game at Butler's Hinkle Fieldhouse this season on December 11th.
Indiana?
So no more Vegas.
Huh.
Weird.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I think I remember them saying that they were going to stop doing that and start just doing it like in random cities around the league. But that is...
I don't hate that idea. Like giving other people who might not get an opportunity to see these NBA players, get them to come to their city where they're closer to them and giving them the chance to watch them in this cup would make the cup a little bit more important to certain people who are watching like that. That's not a bad move. I get that. That's
at the same time, like I feel like a big draw was like NBA players are going to take this seriously because they want to go to Vegas and play.
Yeah, but the money is still what it is.
The money is still.
You know what I mean? Like, so
money
they're going
talks.
to take it serious, man. They'll play on the moon.
So,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they'll play out back. We got to hoop out back. We go outside, Cup champions if you want it. 250 thou?
Hey.
Let's do it.
Joe Cool in the chat saying, Casey Wallace, please. Pipe dream.
Casey Wallace? No.
Casey Wallace is not coming to the Bulls.
I mean, like
I don't see that happening.
The Thunder are in a very tough spot right now where they're over the second apron. They're close enough to be able to get under it by either trading Lou Dort and getting cheaper, or maybe they get rid of some of these like rookie scale guys, Topic, Sorber, move off of them, and they can get under it that way. The big challenge for them is that next year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes from $40 million to $60 million. And so you are basically guaranteed to be a second apron team moving forward unless you move off of Chet or J-Dub, which they could do. I don't necessarily anticipate that, but that's certainly a possibility. But the point with that is that you're going to be a second apron team even before thinking about what is your extension number for Casey Wallace. With that being said, I think Casey Wallace is very, very high on their list of priorities, and I don't think that they would get rid of him. I think they would bend over backwards in other ways to try to move out space so that they could retain him.
No, you're absolutely
But yeah,
right.
I mean, they're just an embarrassment of riches. It's like I saw somebody tweet, it's an infinite money glitch, where it's like you just get these guys like AJ Mitchell and Jared McCain and Topic and Sorber and Mara, and you have Hartenstein, and they're just like, their roster is ridiculous, and they can say, all right, well, we'll just like take a first round pick for this guy because we can't afford to pay him and he's really good, so pay up. Or we'll take a couple of second round picks for Isaiah Joe and, you know, just keep replenishing the tropes, and that's just what they're going to do.
Knocking the cover like this.
Stay
It's a Sam Club's black
Jamaica
card.
via in the chat saying Casey Wallace is really good and young. Correct. Which means I don't see him as a piece that makes sense for the Bulls, because the Bulls right now are really young. They're not really good.
Not yet.
I just adding a piece like that to a team that is where the Bulls are right now, maybe it makes a little bit more sense than overpaying an aging vet. As you were saying, like some of these second and third tier free agents, you know, you're either not in the market for them because what they want to do is take less money to go to a contender, or you're running the risk of grossly overpaying them to be here instead if they want money more so than they want to be on a contending team. Yeah. And Bryson Graham himself spoke to that risk in one of those interviews he did last week. I can't remember if it was during his press conference with the rookies or one of his radio interviews. He talked about overpaying guys to get guys, and that being not where the Bulls are right now.
Yeah.
So, like, cross my fingers that Bryson Graham meant that when he said it.
Yeah.
So I don't want him overpaying guys to come here that are theoretically going to be, like, making the Bulls competitive, because, to what level competitive are we talking about here?
And again, they do have to try to be a little bit better with the lottery reform, but that shouldn't come at the expense of, like, thinking big picture about where you want to go. And I think it's very it's very easy to accomplish both of those things, I think, in one fell swoop, if you can, by just like helping out teams like the Nuggets or the Cavs, or I mean even the Heat, and like probably not as much this year, but next year, like there's going to be teams that are always going to be really aggressive in trying to move forward. Can you be the one that facilitates that trade? Can you be the one that serves as the dumping ground for that salary and start to build up that way? Because you have a good core, and that's, I think, what I'm most excited about for this upcoming year compared to previous years is like there is a blue chip prospect on this roster now that you can be excited about and that you can watch and like look forward to seeing.
Yes.
It's not like by all means stop doing everything that you're doing so you can tank properly.
Yeah.
It's like the rules allow for it, and the Bulls already have a guy, so you can actually move forward. Like they're in a position where they can move forward for the first time, I think, in a really long time.
Yeah. No,
and that's a great distinction in how you're going to be able to watch this team. At the same point, the small stuff doesn't stop being important. Like they got the big stuff right, hitting on the number 4 pick, and we'll see obviously if he turns into a good player.
Sure.
But you still got to work the margins. You still got to value second round picks. You still got to be able to accumulate assets somehow, because even if he does turn into Giannis, like look what happened with the Bucks. They couldn't draft, they couldn't get anybody around Giannis, and then they lost him. And now they're starting over with nothing. So the small stuff continues to be important, even if you also are hitting on the big stuff.
Tyler Hero would like a word with you.
All right.
We got to knock out our last ad break. Promise last one. And then we'll come back. We'll keep talking NBA free agency, reacting to any other news or deals that come in, and talk about ones that are just hypotheticals, because that's fun. If you got a free agency idea and want to make sure that we get to it, throw us a super chat during this ad break. Shout out. We got to over 300 likes. Appreciate y'all being here. All over 1,000 of you hanging out in the live chat.
Ow!
That's still fewer likes than 1,000. Let's work on that like button. It's free.
Give us
we'll be right back. Hey, you. Yeah, you. If you're a regular viewer or listener of CHGO Bulls or any CHGO show, first of all, shout out to you. Appreciate you. We also want to hear from you. Take a short survey and let us know what you love and how we can be better. And you'll have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Obviously, if you're a follower of CHGO Bulls, then you are someone with great taste and impeccable judgment. Head to allchgo.com/survey today to get signed up. And if you're watching us, you can scan that QR code right there on your screen. It takes about 3 minutes, just 3 minutes. And your feedback will help shape what we do around here. Maybe you wish certain people running certain teams in Chicago were more open-minded to this kind of feedback. I know I have felt that way as a Chicago sports fan.
Do tell.
Everyone who completes the survey, they'll be entered to win, again, a $100 Amazon gift card. Let your voice be heard. Take the survey today. Scan the QR code on the screen or head to allchgo.com/survey. That's allchgo.com/survey.
And big shout out to my man Ray. And Ray Carter's out deep it around. And this is your chance, your chance to score a great deal at the Make This the Summer sales event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today and choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram models. And right now, you can get up to $14,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% financing on 72 months on the new 2016 Ram 1500 Crew Cab.
Bam.
Say that 5 times fast.
Can't.
I can't. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. Friendly team of brand experts. That's what they got, Matt. Them the people at Ray CDJR. They're here to help you each step of your car shopping journey. That raised price promise, you already know it's in full effect. Price you see, price you pay. You know how it works. Don't miss out on the Make This a Summer event on huge savings on that Ram 1500 Crew Cab. For more information, visit Ray CDJR on Route 12 or Fox Lake or online, raycdjr.com.
They've been serving the community since 1963, in case you missed that.
Yeah.
We roll along CHGO Bulls free agency special here in the opening hour of NBA free agency. We've gotten a couple of Shams grenades. I wouldn't call them full-size bombs.
Yeah, warning shots.
LeBron still undecided. Warriors, Cavs, or elsewhere. Dave, you were just saying at the break, ain't no way LeBron decides today, and I agree with you.
There's no way.
He gonna milk it.
Milk.
Kawhi, meanwhile,
2%.
sounds like very much on the move back to Toronto. I mean, he won a chip there. And he said, thanks, bye, Canada. And then
So ridiculous.
just puddled around in La La Land.
Broke Emma's heart.
For a couple of mid-Clippers teams, broke dear sweet Emma's heart.
How dare you?
Maybe got paid under the table on a shady deal. Shout out Steve Ballmer and whatever that tree planting company is. Aspiration?
Aspiration.
Still waiting on the resolution of that
Aspiring
stuff.
for greatness.
Power is yours.
Maybe Kawhi's happy about getting out of LA because he didn't want. But like, I mean, that
left.
investigation will follow him to Toronto.
Oh yeah. He's like, wait, this coming to Canada too?
Right,
yeah, it's coming there too. I hated that he left. I will never like that he left Toronto. Everything was there, prepared.
Dave, you talked about it. Like he could have been the king of Canada.
King,
I mean, shout out hashtag no kings.
King.
Kings are bad, even in America. But
no, you understand what I mean when I'm saying this. The man wouldn't have been the king of a city, wouldn't have been the king of a state, not even of a province, of a country, Matt, of an entire country.
The man's got his own money.
His own money. When I say he got his own money, the boy's got his own money. I will never forget. Remember when they were like, hey, you can live here for free. We're going to get you your own place to stay in this nice high-rise condos, man. You can live here for free. Hey, you can eat anywhere you want for free. All these restaurants are going to put up these Kawhi Leonard stickers with your face on it, and you come in here, as long as you come in here, you can eat for free. So we're taking care of your board, we're taking care of your food, and we're going to pay you millions and millions of dollars. You know how much money he could have saved just doing that? Oh, and of course we're going to build you a statue because you brought us our only championship and you're the MVP of the finals and had one of the most memorable finals runs ever and had one of the greatest shots in NBA playoff history. All of that. And he said, nah, Clippers. Like, no.
I mean,
no. Why?
Dude, he wanted to go home.
And now he got to go back.
He wanted to go home to LA. I get that.
He can fly. They got planes.
Yeah, I mean,
you go visit.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
What are we doing?
And like honestly, that Raptors team that he won that chip with was good and still mostly young.
Yeah,
there were a couple other vet pieces on that team.
Siakam still there.
Dude, young Siakam.
Oh, monster.
Stay and play with young Siakam.
Still there. No
older Siakam and Halliburton just went to the finals again.
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah.
And like especially because LeBron left the East.
Yep.
Around the same time.
It was wide open,
dude.
Wide open, dog.
Man,
there's no way I would have left the king of a country. All right, he would have been the man, Matt, the man, and he wouldn't even had to win again. They just would have loved him for being there. All right, even if he didn't win again, they still would have been the guy there. It wouldn't have even been a question. Now he's got to go back, and it's going to be interesting just to see what that's going to be like. And I don't think is he signing an extension with them?
It sounds like that he is ready to sign a 2-year extension off of the year he has remaining.
Okay.
With Toronto.
Okay. And my man said higher taxes in Canada, even versus Cali. He's not paying for rent. He's not paying for food, and he wouldn't have paid for transportation either. They had all of that covered. All of that covered, man.
Yeah.
Wow, he makes millions and millions of dollars.
You know what you also get with your taxes in Canada?
Oh, God.
Health insurance.
Healthcare, yes. He absolutely
After
gets
you're
that.
no longer an NBA player, but just a retiree.
Shout out to Canada,
Get yourself
man.
some health care.
Yes. Dude, he had all of that set up, bro. And, I mean, man, just different. Says he's still a king here. No.
Dredd saying still a king there. He got him a chip, so they'll still love him.
Again, of a country.
Yeah.
Not a state. Not a city. Would you rather be king Canada or king of San Antonio?
But what I think Dredd's saying is like I think that the Toronto fan base is going to welcome him back with open
think
arms.
He's going to walk back into the Iron Throne and just
just sit down.
Ruling?
I think they're going to be
right on the throne.
Welcome back. Thanks for the chip. Let's go get another one.
I think you might be right.
Just walk back to the throne.
Yeah.
Sit right on down.
Do Toronto Raptors fans think that their chances next season are greater or lesser to win a championship or contend for one?
Oh, they're better with him.
Kawhi or without Kawhi?
They're better with him,
yes,
for sure.
Of course.
Without a doubt, they are better with Kawhi Leonard. I'm more so complaining about the fact he left.
Yeah.
That's the complaint I'm having.
Sure, fine.
That's it.
But I'm saying he's coming back, and Raptors fans, I am guessing, will be by and large thrilled about it.
Sure, as fans, yes.
Not like, oh, you spurned us, we don't want you back anymore.
No, it'll be a couple like that. But overall, everybody's going to say, we get it. Come on back and give us another championship. Like I would, too, as a Bulls fan, if somebody did that. Yes, absolutely. I get that. I just hate that he left. I always will.
Fair. Conversely, would Bulls fans welcome Zach LaVine and or DeMar DeRozan back with open arms? This is another thing that we want to touch on today. A shout out to Giggity, who said, really hope the Bulls do that trade with the Kings that I saw you retweet, Peck. So shout out to Kev, a.k.a. NBA Couchside. Some of you might follow him on Twitter. He had a screenshot of a trade proposal, and GOAT, it is your brainchild as well. I don't know which one of y'all
Goat brain?
shared that first, or I don't know if GOAT has even talked about it on the show. But, so essentially, speaking of teams that might be looking to get off of certain contracts this offseason and in this free agency and trade window, Sacramento Kings. Mm-hmm. There's been talk about Sabonis maybe being an integral piece, being shipped away. Mm-hmm. But Zach LaVine just picked up his near $50 million player option. Mm-hmm. DeMar DeRozan has $10 million guaranteed on his current contract with Sacramento. Either or both could be buyout options if the Kings were to move them because they want off of their money. The Bulls bring in Zach LaVine and or DeMar DeRozan in a trade. You send out, I don't know, I think the couch side specific example involved Josh Giddey, Patrick Williams, and Isaac Okoro.
Deal.
So you match a lot of that money with those three players. You toss a couple of seconds their way, and you get first-round picks from the Kings, and I think it's like 27 and 31.
Oh, yeah.
2 first-round picks from the fully incompetent Sacramento Kings. I not only am not opposed to that trade, I love that trade. I do.
I mean,
I don't see it as like a likelihood, let alone realistic possibility.
Right.
It just depends on how desperate the Kings are to make big moves and try and move off of some of that money.
I think the big thing that they needed to do was get out of the luxury tax. Yeah. And yesterday, before the Devin Carter trade, they were above the second apron. So they get below the second apron. They're still above the first apron. They need to clear some money. How about just like Malik Monk and one of the Spurs picks that they have into the Bulls cap space? Like that, I think that'd be a great deal. It's a low upside pick, but you're getting a player that can help you, that can shoot, that can score, that can help some of the young players. Like I think that's the kind of deal where that gets them out of the tax altogether. It's a player that they don't really want long term, and you're getting an asset out. I think that's more realistic. Like the LaVine or DeRozan back to the Bulls thing would just be like pure comedy. Like that would just be like, it would just be like the funniest thing that could possibly happen in an NBA trade. It would be like if the Nuggets had to dump Kam Johnson back on the Nets after getting him and, in the Michael Porter Jr. Trade from last year. So I just don't think that a lot of these teams are going to do that because the optics would be so bad. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's, again, the kind of deal that they should be looking at. It's just like, how can we maximize? Like, to me, the window that you're looking at is like Caleb Wilson's second contract, which starts in 5 years. Okay. So, like, that's when you're really ramping up. That's when you want to have multiple other young players, and when by that time you want to have some good vets in. So that's the vision I'm working towards. Okay. And if you can get some future picks in the fold that can help you build towards that, great. That would be totally fine with me. And again, it goes back to this idea of like trade the veteran guys that you have while you have the ability to trade them. So, yeah, I mean, this was more just kind of like, silly, like help the Kings get out a ton of money, and the Bulls could waive those guys very cheaply. DeRozan only has $10 million guaranteed, and maybe you get $15 million back from LaVine, which is the mid-level exception, and he goes off and signs elsewhere. So it's really only like 25, or I guess it would be $45 million of dead money on your books. But you'd still have plenty of cap space because of the savings that you get by sending out those players. So it's a thought. I don't think it's likely either, but I do think that they are a team that the Bulls could work with on a trade because they are so salary cap impacted, and they do have some lower value first-round picks.
Okay.
Dave, would you be open to?
And just real quick, Shams is just reporting that the Kawhi trade is official.
Kawhi trade official. Yeah, okay. All right.
Wow. And they also have Jake Fisher is reporting the specifications of the picks that were traded, which is not out yet. So the total comp he's saying, Jake Fisher, for Kawhi are Ingram, Grady Dick, 2031 and 2033 unprotected first-round picks, 2030 and 33 second-round picks, and a 27 first swap.
Yeah, Shams is confirming that.
So,
good deal.
Good for them. They got
man.
I think they took in more money, so they're going to need to send out more money. But again, a team that's going to be like over the second apron probably next year when Pirtle's contract kicks in. They could give up one of their low value picks in the near term for the Bulls to take him, and I would do that. Like that's the kind of move that these teams are still finding ways to get themselves better, and they're still trading future draft picks. I mean, that's that's way more than I would have given up for Kawhi.
That's a lot.
Yeah, Timmy Johns in the chat just said overpay. Goat, I think you pointed out when the details of the trade came out earlier today that it's a higher pay than getting 2018 version of Kawhi.
Oh, yeah. They gave up one protected
pick.
first.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I just think.
And DeMar, who at that point was a very good player in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they also gave up Pirtle. So, I don't know. I just think there are going to be opportunities. Teams are not going to stop getting better just because the rules changed.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, again, so the Kawhi deal is done. We're still waiting on LeBron's decision part 65 to see where he wants to go play next year and maybe finish his career.
I would say we've talked about both of those teams needing to clear space.
We're going to go to overtime here on CHGO Bulls. If you are streaming on one of our platform partners and want that bonus coverage from today, just head to allchgo.com. What were you saying, Goat?
With regards to the LeBron thing, we talked about 65. The Warriors and the Cavs both needing to shed money in order to clear out the full mid-level to sign him.
Right.
They're probably not going to do that until they get a verbal confirmation from LeBron that he's going to come there, right? So until that happens, I don't expect them to preemptively trade a future first to get off of that money. That will be a prerequisite for LeBron coming there. So that could take some time.
No, absolutely.
Do you guys care where LeBron goes? We have a would you rather see him go ring chase with Steph in Golden State? And like, you know, the old man. I saw somebody photoshopping. There was like Draymond, Steph. It sounds like Anthony Davis to Golden State not going to happen. Sounds like the Wizards are shutting down trade talk about AD. We'll see if that's true or not. But like it was like, you know, like Draymond, Steph, AD, and LeBron, and all walking on crutches with their knees fully braced, like, or going back home to Cleveland.
I don't know if I have a preference as to where to say I'm gonna enjoy LeBron James wherever he goes. Well, let me say that again. Stay in the West. Don't come to the East. I don't want to see you back here in the East. So go wherever you want in the West.
And not because I'm afraid of him anymore. I used to be afraid of him as a Bulls fan. Well, when we were good enough to be battling him in the playoffs, I was afraid of him, and for good reason. Now it's just like, dude, don't come to the East. I don't want you on the Cavs, who we play 5 times a year.
Yeah, but for me,
I don't want the LeBron show.
Yeah,
getting in the way of our Bulls fan happiness. 5 games out of 82.
Well, excuse me, I looked over at Joey. He was
eyes, baby.
I was like, hey, whoa. Yeah, go ahead, Joey.
No, I was just listening. I was thinking on the drive over less about where he's going to go, but more about what has just happened and what is now done.
Okay.
And in the land of LeBron James, when you have conversations about where he lands and legacy-wise, those are really lofty conversations.
Yeah.
So for me, his tenure with the Lakers, I'm veering closer towards failure than success.
Okay.
And everyone's going to be like, well, he got a chip in L.A. All right, well, you're LeBron James. You're supposed to get multiples.
Fair.
That's the mission.
It's fair.
If you want to be Paul Pierce, who's a great player, Hall of Famer, that's great. You got one. Good for you. But now that you're looking back on it, his time with the Lakers, kind of a failure.
I mean, he got the bubble chip. Big old asterisk.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. I can't remember who was tweeting about it.
He didn't even go to another finals.
It was correct, and it was his longest tenure of his career.
I know. That's what I was just about to say.
Cavs Part 1, rookie 2003, left in the summer of 2010, decision 1.0. So that was 7 years, his first Cavs stint.
Yeah.
Then 4 years with the Heatles. And then back to Cleveland. He goes to the finals, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Then he leaves.
Yeah.
So Cavs' second stint was shorter. 8 years with the Lakers.
And he had a Hall of Fame career just in the Lakers. He won a championship. He averaged 26, 8 and 8. Like, it's crazy how long he was there, but it just doesn't feel like it was that impactful of a stop for him relative to the other ones. I would say I would be happy to watch him in either of those 2 spots. I think anywhere else would feel a little weird. Because I think it'd be fun to just like see him and Steph try to go win another title. And for both of those teams, it's like you want to try to put Steph in a position, if you're the Warriors, to win another championship. And without trading all of your future draft picks, there's really not a lot of ways you can do it.
Yeah.
And if you're LeBron, you want to try to go out on top and win one more championship.
Yeah, that's all he wants.
There's not a lot of other places that would make a lot of sense for you to be able to like be a fixture of the team and also like compete for a championship. So I kind of like it in that sense. It's like it could really work for both of them. it's incredible what both of those guys are doing at their ages. Like, I know LeBron, that's like every time anybody sees a play from LeBron, it's like, oh my God, he did this at age 40. But Steph too, I mean, he's 38. Like, it's incredible how good these guys are for their age. Yeah. And I think that would be fun. I also like the full circle moment of coming back to Cleveland. I don't think they're as well positioned to win a championship, honestly. Like, I just don't really see that with that group. But I think that would be a cool way to go out for
East
him.
is open, though.
Positioned to
East
say
is wide
goodbye.
open.
They got Spida.
Yeah.
They got Harden.
Yeah,
They got Mobley.
The path is easier
They got talent in
if
Cleveland.
he decides to come back to Cleveland. The path is
I mean,
much
honestly,
easier.
I think I would you disagree with that, Goat? If he goes to Cleveland, his path to get back to the finals is easier than if he were to go to Golden State?
In the sense that it's open and that he doesn't have to get through the Thunder and the Spurs, probably. Yeah. Even though I don't think that team would be as good.
Meanwhile, King Pisces Nathan in the chat saying, "Why not LeBron to the Bulls? Why not something different from a marketing standpoint?"
Because he wants
and then
to win.
other people in the chat are talking about whether or not he's ring chasing still in his career.
Yes.
I think he is, and I think Cavs and Warriors is both closer to contending for a champion. What does he want to be, the old wily vet leader on a crappy Bulls team?
He does not.
Guess what? Even if LeBron comes and joins like Josh and Modest, Bulls aren't contenders.
Always want
With
to play
that
with
squad?
Josh.
But they can offer him more money than just about anybody else.
I don't need Bron stands interrupting my inner peace on a daily basis because they are now
You got some
quasi
inner
Bulls
peace?
fans. I have plenty of inner peace, Dave. When I walk off this set, my Bulls fan brain shuts down for large stretches.
So LeBron fans will interrupt that?
Yes.
So you will be thinking about them when this show
Well,
is
I mean,
over?
they'll interrupt it while we're doing the show. When
That's what I
my
mean,
inner
like-
peace levels are basically zero
Yeah,
all
zero.
the time. We're doing the show.
Now you're getting to where I was talking. All right.
Yeah,
There we go.
I don't need that. I don't need that in my
Okay.
life.
All right.
You
That's
didn't know
fair.
we call him the Zen Master around here?
I missed
No,
that.
that's Michael Walton.
Oh,
Shout
I
out to
missed
that
that.
Master Mike.
Excuse me.
No, I'm look. My God, would they sell tickets, and that would also irk me. I want the Bulls to earn their ticket sales. I want them to earn their jersey sales. All right, because they owe that to me. For the last decade of nonsense, I don't want Bron just packing the UC to the rafters every night.
I'm here for it. I
was
am
gonna
here
say,
for it,
the
bro.
spin zone is like the final chapter of his career. Is
Get
he
outta
takes a
here.
team in the late 20 win.
The final chapter of his career is knowing that he will never be able to hold MJ's jockstrap in this city. Are you kidding me?
Round.
Get out of here.
Into 6 games. With the ball in his hands. Falls short with a young team.
What if it means Patrick Williams will be gone?
No. I don't care about that.
Oh, I do.
Like, Pat doesn't bug me anymore. It's just funny that he's still here.
It would mean something to me. Like, get him up out of here. But I'm for it. I'm for LeBron James. I'm for greatness all the time. I would love to sit and watch him and Cam Wilson. Oh, my God. And Modest Muzelis. Oh, my God. I would love to sit and watch
As
that.
one of your resident producers, I also would co-sign that just for the content.
Right.
The content would
Right.
be
The
spectacular.
content would be pretty epic.
Yeah.
But I also,
I can see
it would wear on me.
I was going
to just have like, okay, all of the Bron stands who aren't a fan of a team but are just fans of Bron will flood our chat.
Oh, I got a question.
To be like, oh, we don't, we're not really Bulls fans. We're just here to talk about how great LeBron is. Like, oh yeah, that wouldn't get old after a day. God.
I got a question for you.
Real quick, I was going to say, death stare, middle of January, I show up, and I'm like, Peck, we need the 35th LeBron short. Can you cook something up for us? It's only the 35th one we've done this year. It's only the 35th.
We would really have to step our game up to handle that.
Would Matt, would it sway you or do anything to you if you saw him and Joakim Noah share an embrace?
No, I would vomit. No.
If
Look,
Joakim tells you
I know
he
Joakim
cool with it.
has spoken in
What if
various
Joakim
interviews.
came out of retirement and played with him?
Oh my God.
And what if there was a metal chair wrestling
shoot.
style that he
Did I get him?
That's
Oh,
right.
shoot.
Did I
That's
get
right.
him?
He had Nick Richards has to give up the 13 and put it back on Joakim Noah. He takes a 10-day contract to come play with LeBron James in the Chicago Bulls.
Only if Joakim beats up LeBron at practice first.
What's define beat up?
A heated
Hard
Quick
foul.
punch,
today.
hard foul,
Flagrant two.
Knock him in the face.
Flagrant
knock
two.
him in a flagrant 2.
I want one flagrant
A
two.
practice flagrant two.
A practice flagrant 2. Okay.
You know what I want? I want a free agency signing. What is going on here?
Oh.
I mean,
What are we doing?
again, did
Tim
we?
Hardaway Jr.
Did
is
you
our
not
big
see the
prize?
list that Keith Smith put out
Kawhi?
earlier today? It was like
trades.
3 dozen players that were supposed to be the top 36 free agents.
Yeah.
All signed.
Give me some trades.
All
Done.
signed.
They're here.
Free agency's dead.
It's dead. It's not gone. It's over.
No, okay.
No, LeBron is not a Bull.
To finish that hypothetical, no. I don't know. Joakim's talked about his inner peace now that he's been retired for a while, and the fact that like it doesn't like enrage him as much anymore to think about those old battles with the Heat. Still enrages me. As I would say, one of the 10 biggest Joakim fans on planet freaking Earth.
This is a fact.
And it still enrages me. I am enraged still for him when it comes to Bulls Heatles. And I will not let that go.
I will take your rage on.
I will bring that hate to my grave. All right? Screw that. Screw that team. Screw LeBron forever.
So you want LeBron in the West?
Joakim forever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he can stay in the West.
All right, gotcha. All right.
Again, somebody just said Peck has inner peace in the chat. Yes, don't disrupt my inner peace. I don't need LeBron on the minds of Bulls fans more frequently than he is already. It's fun to just poke
Peck's
fun of him
not
when
happy
he's
unless he's mad.
That's right. Ooh, that's a
But
bar.
again, that's my
That's
happy
a bar.
that's my happy equilibrium here on this year
That's
program.
a bar.
Outside of these walls, my inner peace is true inner peace.
That's his secret. He's always angry. ready to roar and explode.
Yeah, but I turned red like the Harrison Ford Hulk instead of green.
You are definitely a more Harrison Ford Hulk. Yes, I would say that because Harrison Ford was angry
because I'm
before
old
that
and
as well.
classy and distinguished.
Yeah, but he was also angry before he even became injected with the Hulk. Like he was still angry. Like it's cool. He said, "I can get behind Peck's hatred. It's for the people." He speaks for the
true
people.
Bulls fans know what's up.
He speaks for the people.
It'd be fun to have LeBron here for his twilight. Get out of here. No.
2 seasons.
Walls
Ooh.
around the city limits.
Ooh. Like 23, 8-6 playoffs.
Oh, God.
Him, Cam, and Modest.
And it wouldn't get in the way of them
Pretending to read the first page of the first chapter of a book when he talked to Goat and the other members of the Bulls beat in the locker room. Yeah, can't wait for that.
Wait, what did you just say, Go?
I was just gonna take it back to the idea that it wouldn't get in the way of them rebuilding, like in the way that the Rondo and D Wade signings actively prevented them. It was like, okay, great, they got Dwayne Wade finally. It prevented them from rebuilding. That's what that did.
Okay.
With the fact that they have Caleb in house already, and the fact that the lottery rules have changed, it wouldn't change anything. They would either be good and guys would get better and they'd make the playoffs, or they'd be in the best position they could be to get the top pick.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it wouldn't bother me. But I do think it would be fun to watch Peck manage that.
It would be
my favorite
must-see
part.
television, man.
No, thank
It'd be
you.
must-see TV.
No, thank you. And yes, chat, we can move on from the LeBron chat now. It's but again today, it's the
Thanks,
reason
Brian.
everybody's holding in a holding pattern right now.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with the LeBron trade, or signing rather, and how does the rest of the league react?
Euro saying, I'm a Bulls fan and LeBron is my GOAT. I'm sorry I didn't get to see MJ.
Oh, that's why LeBron's your GOAT. Get in the time machine and go watch Michael Jordan play basketball.
The time machine is on Netflix. Just get that.
Meanwhile, Brazil
And YouTube.
Popular saying that Gavoni, a.k.a. Draft Express, is maybe reporting a little Bulls Summer League roster tidbit.
Okay.
Western Kentucky's Grant Newell joining the Bulls Summer League roster. I'm just pulled up Gavoni's Twitter account and haven't confirmed that as of yet.
Okay.
But, that's the other thing Bulls fans are excited to see right now is what that Summer League roster, in addition to, presumptively, Caleb Wilson, Dalen Swain, Noah Senge another time, will look like. And in the meantime, look, I know Bulls fans are getting a little impatient right now. I know NBA fans are getting a little impatient right now. They're having, DeAndre Jordan, Tim Hardaway Jr., these are not the Shams bombs that we have come to want and expect on free agency's opening hours. But again, we have talked about it on the show several times over the last couple of years. Free agency in the NBA is not what it once was. It doesn't work how it used to work. And a lot of these deals got done over the past week, mostly for players to stay with their current teams. So that being the case, before we wrap up, just to talk about it a little bit more, what do we want that next move to be from Bryson Graham? What do we expect that next move to be from Bryson Graham? Now that we know, again, as we open the show with, Kam Jones was waived today.
Yeah.
So that fully guaranteed contract, goodbye. You got 3 open roster spots, and you have a very young team that's entering a rebuild. What should he be making calls about right now?
I mean, anything that can get you a first-round pick. So if you can stack the cupboards with that, like for me, that would be priority number one. Getting those draft picks. Priority number two is getting the right guys that you feel fit with the young guys that you have on this team. And I'm saying that because it is important to him. Those character kind of guys on this squad. So I think those are your top two priorities. And hopefully in some instance you can kill two birds with one stone, Max Strus. But yeah, even if and the third would be if you can't do any of those things, then go sign the guy that you want. That's the bottom line of it. And that's the trust aspect of it for me, is to say, okay, fine. If you couldn't do these and you tried to make it work and this didn't happen, who do you want? What do you want to do? You have all this money to spend. What do you want to spend it on? Who do you want to go get? And then let's see what he comes up with after that. So if it just says, hey, it's going to be Norman Powell and that's it, okay, not going to like it, but I'll take it because I don't mind Norman Powell at all. But that's how I would like it to be, Matt. Like, it's got to be about stacking, getting those picks as long as he can get them, and helping, maybe even facilitating other trades and taking back some, things from those trades that other teams want to get off of. If it fits you, I'm okay with all of that. So, yeah, that's how I look at it.
I think that while I long for the days of Thaddeus Young and Thomas Satoransky being
you knew it was about to be
first
foolishness when
10
you said
minutes
long
of the
days.
free agency bell ringing. I do really long for those days. I think that now with the extensions happening and teams not really letting their guys get to free agency, with the trades happening, I think that there are going to be a couple of teams every year that are like the big movers, and then everybody else is going to be kind of feeling it out and picking up the scraps. I think the Bulls are in that second bucket right now. That could be because, and we haven't really seen any big moves as we've talked about. I think part of that is people are waiting on LeBron. People are going to be waiting on some of the other big things before we haven't seen any big restricted free agency offer sheets yet with Peyton Watson and Walker Kessler and Jalen Duren. I think teams are going to be a little bit, hesitant to lock up their money and aren't going to want to do that unless they really know that it can be put to good use. So that's why we haven't really seen anything major. But I think the Bulls are going to be one of these teams that is able to be a third party facilitating a lot of these deals. So I don't necessarily anticipate them making any early moves. And certainly it's been an hour and 15 minutes here into free agency. They've done nothing except for waive Kam Jones. I think they're going to be smart about it and not rush into anything and use their space to be able to help facilitate deals. That's what they should be doing. And so when you talk about what do I want to see them do? I want to see them get involved with other teams. It's less about who can they go out and sign, who can they go out and trade for. It's more about how can they be of service to other teams and pick up some picks for helping grease the wheels of the business that's going on. So, and if that happens, if you see LeBron go to another team and now there's no incentive for the Warriors or the Cavs to get off of their guys, then maybe you start to look at a Norman Powell, or you start to think about maybe making an offer sheet on a Peyton Watson, something like that. But I just don't really see any big business happening for them because they're not really in a position to make big business.
Shout out to Carlos Loves Comics, who meanwhile in the chat said we should go all in, trade 2 firsts for Vooch, run it back, baby. Vucevic, as far as I am up to date, still unsigned.
I'm a little surprised.
Finished that expiring contract with the Celtics. Was not the boost they needed in their playoff run. Shout out to Samuel Martin, who threw us a $2 super chat just now, saying always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Hashtag third wheel. Look, again, I'm not necessarily preaching patience for Bulls fans right now. If you want to be impatient and saying, why haven't we done anything or signed anybody? That's your right. Go for it.
Yeah.
I have my impatient moments as a Bulls fan. But right now, to me, Bryson Graham not making any moves in the last 75 minutes is better than him making a rash, not fully calculated, overreaching move of any kind.
Correct.
You have that flexibility.
Yeah.
You increase that flexibility by waiving Kam Jones today. Maintain that flexibility. And go with the other thing to think about, and confirm or deny and elaborate if you wish, is you now have 3 open roster spots. Mm-hmm. Maybe there aren't teams knocking down your door and blowing up your phone lines to offer you draft capital to take on contracts right now. Certain teams could be doing that come January. And you can keep that roster flexibility in the meantime, can you not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to want to get to the salary floor, which I believe, $145 million. Otherwise, you don't get that precious luxury tax payout.
Shout out Jerry.
So they're going to want to do that. But yeah, I mean, they could leave multiple roster spots open. The problem with that is that you might end up not doing anything with it. But
right.
I would be very surprised if they don't at least get up to the salary floor by the end of the week. Mm-hmm. And they're able to kind of make moves from there. But that's absolutely what they should do, is like put themselves in a position to not only retain or to utilize their flexibility now, but to remain flexible moving forward. And I think that's the best way to do it because, again, any free agent that you sign right now is not going to be a part of the team when they get good again eventually. Right. So that's
how dare you? That's
really the way I'd be thinking about it. It's like, okay, let's push all of our chips into that category.
Yeah. You all right?
I'm done. I was just letting Chloe know she can take it because we're wrapping up. So we're
Chloe
good.
needed that HDMI
Yeah,
cable.
yeah. I was just letting know we're good. No, your timing was fine. We were about to wrap it up.
We decided earlier today with Chloe, by the way, that the Bulls are going to make a Nikola Jokic trade with her Nuggets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you picked that? You decided that for who? Who we trading for?
Caleb Wilson.
Caleb
I know
Wilson.
it hurts.
Caleb Wilson.
Would you trade Caleb Wilson for Nikola Jokic?
I don't know if I would right now. To be
Oh,
honest.
my God.
What are they doing with Jokic and Modest?
I don't know.
His love
Patrick
of horses.
Williams.
I'm saying, do I get 6 years out of this?
Yeah.
How many years? How long has he been in the league?
33.
2016?
He's 33.
How old is he?
I think he was he was a rookie in 16. I want to say.
He's
I think
30?
This is year 10 or about to be year 11.
30
They would just have so much work to do to get a real team around him.
You would have to build a straight up super team around this
Our
cat.
poor DNVR Nuggets family. Oh, no. Our championship window might be closing.
Oh, I do want to say this. Yesterday, or I should say, yesterday was Monday, correct?
Yesterday was Monday.
Yesterday they had the celebration of life for Stacey King.
They did.
And if you all didn't see that, I encourage you to go watch it and to see it. It was awesome. It was great. Neil Funk got up to speak. Adam Amin was absolutely incredible. In what he had to say, his three sons were up there to speak as well. It was really, really great. Really, really well done. Yeah, man, just if you didn't get that chance, though, to see it, man, and you want to go check that out, I encourage you to go watch the celebration of life for the one and only Stacey King. It's
still, like, until you get reminders like that, not real to me.
Yeah.
It still seems just so weird.
Watching it Monday,
it's
I still was
like something that happened in a dream that's not real.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, you're like, oh, wow, no, that's real.
Yeah. Watching it Monday, it still felt like that. It was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And then you immediately start thinking about the season that's coming, and it's like, oh, man. Because my brain still hasn't connected that yet. No. That Stacey is – I'm not going to hear Stacey when the season starts. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I still encourage everybody to go watch that, though. And they had a great montage at the end of it about Stacey King. Like, it was just really, really nice, man. Really well put together. So,
shout out to the Bulls for, doing their part in that and showing Stacey the love that he very much deserves from this fan base. Yeah. Shout out to Joel, who just said, when the live streaming ends, watch the Bulls find someone. Emergency pod ?
How it goes,
so,
baby.
look, that's how it goes. We're about to sign off here in a second. We still got plenty of baseball coverage coming up here, CHGO Sports.
Yeah.
Y'all doing wait, no, it's not Wednesday, so no watch along. But Cubs postgame tonight?
Cubs postgame tonight. White Sox postgame tonight.
White Sox postgame tonight. Mm-hmm. All the baseballs here in Chicago.
All the baseballs.
But if in between now and our show that's scheduled for 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, we'll be here back on set live for a 4 p.m. show. If something happens between now and then that is emergency pod worthy, we will hop on and do an emergency pod some way, somehow. That's what we do here.
We got y'all, baby.
In the meantime, read GOAT stuff, allchgo.com. Be a diehard if you aren't already. It's an incredible deal for your first year of dieharddom. You get a free shirt. You get all the perks and access to things that only diehards have, including GOAT's great writing that is for diehards only. Follow him, Gottlieb, Big Day Bow. BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Shout out to King of the Controls, the one and only Joey. C
is for cap sheet.
C is also for Cubs. Shout out to you, Giggity said. Feeling an emergency pod is coming tonight. We'll see. Hopefully, if it is, we will see you there. Shout out to you, Bulls Nation, for hanging out with us. Had over 1,000 y'all live in the chat for a good chunk of today's show. Appreciate that. Appreciate the likes. Hit the like button on your way out if you haven't done it yet. It is free, and maybe it will encourage Bryson Graham to make a move if that's what you're looking for right now.
Yeah.
Emergency pod pending. We will talk to y'all tomorrow right here. And now 4 p.m. Central Time. See Red. Be good.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.